Hello everyone, welcome to another review by On Wheels TV. This time this review is about the Dream Pack 3 released for Assetto Corsa. 8 amazing cars. We will be talking about each one of them in detail in this video, and we are starting with footage, official footage from the Assetto Corsa sim that we believe is a good way to start this video. This is the first of a series of 3 videos. The first one presenting the cars and talking about them. The second one will be about one of the things which improved in this recent update, which was AI, and the third one will be about the multiplayer, which was something also promised by Assetto Corsa to improve in this 1.4 version. So let's start with the cars. The Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. This is the only road car available in this Dream Pack 3. The Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. The Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa. The Ford Escort RS 1600. The classic Formula 1 car Lotus 72D. Another classic Formula 1 car, the Lotus Type 25. The McLaren 650S GT3, one of the 2 GT3 cars released in this Dream Pack. And last but not least, the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT3. The first car released, the first car we present in this video is the Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. This is the only road car available in this Dream Pack 3, and maybe the less interesting of them all, and so we decided to show it first in the video. The car is a road car and therefore has a technical approach into the driving experience which is different than all the other cars. Nevertheless, the car is fun to drive as long as you understand as quickly as you can that the tires work differently in comparison with racing tires. So the car has less grip on corner entry and also on corner exit, and sometimes it suffers from understeering, and all of a sudden it suffers also from oversteering. Nevertheless, the car is fun to drive, and it allows us to understand our road car, a high-tech road car, such as this very special version that was created by Lamborghini, a limited version in terms of units. How this car is to be handled on a road, on a racetrack, which is different than the road. This is the only footage we took outside Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch is also the news in this Dream Pack 3, but for this car we decided to take it to Austria, more specifically to Red Bull Ring, which is a good track in the smallest version for this Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. We enjoyed this car, but it is the less pleasant of them all available in this Dream Pack 3. This is the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. For those of you who already have the Lamborghini Huracan GT3, this is a really different car on the road because it is a lot slower than the GT3 car, and also because it's a lot more limited in terms of power. It's more heavy, it's not as fun to drive, it's sometimes in fact boring. But this is a 620 horsepower car, and it has a technical approach to be driven efficiently on a track such as this one, which is already Brands Hatch. When you start to understand how the car performs and where you should increase the power on acceleration and handle the braking and also the gearbox management, you will have fun with this car because it really is a technical car to drive. And that, in that matter, Assetto Corsa has always been really strong. It allows us to really understand how a racing car performs on track. It's probably the best sim for that matter, although this may offend some other opinions who are not so pleased with the Assetto Corsa performance, but this is the truth. And if you try it, you will realize that it is in fact as we are saying. So let's now enjoy a little bit of an onboard lap and listen to the engine of this Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. So that you can realize the differences between this car, which is a high performance car, and the other Huracan, the GT3 car. If you have both, try them. Try them on this track, first one then the other, and you will realize how two Lamborghini Huracan cars, racing cars, can be so different on track, although they are the same model. This little beast, this little devil you are watching here is the Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa. And this car represents the funniest 160 horsepower you are ever going to get in sim racing, I believe. Because it is so fun to drive. If someone were to invite me, say to let's join 25 guys and race with these cars in a racetrack, any racetrack, after testing this car here, I would say without even blinking, yes. Yes, because this is a great example of how sim racing can be so much fun. Because this is what this car provides. Loads and loads of fun. When you hear the engine working and take advantage of the dimensions of the car and to be efficient with this little bambino on the road, on the track, you have to take everything he has in every moment. So the engine is always feeling like if it's choking and going to die in a few seconds, but the fact is that it never dies. And the other fact is that it provides the most incredible and funniest driving sensation and loads of fun. So this is one of the cars that makes this the best dream pack ever released by Assetto Corsa, and don't think that you can skip buying this one, because this is the best. And for 8 euros, well, don't even blink, just buy the thing. And what about this one? For this one, I'm just gonna shut up for a little while so that you can hear this music that is exhaling from this amazing classic car. Just listen. So yeah, Beethoven and Mozart and Strauss and Chopin didn't have this kind of music or sound back in the day, but in the late 60s and 70s, Ford and Lotus created an amazing product and they named it Cosworth. And this 1600cc engine is a Cosworth engine, and it allows us to truly enjoy this car. And thank God that Assetto Corsa took this car to and included it in this Dream Pack 3. The car has big wheels, and when they hammer the tarmac and they get the true grip, the car becomes really difficult to drive. The engine is really fun, it is really powerful, but in low gear, in low revs, it is a little bit slow, as you can see in this left turn here. But then when it starts to sing, boy, does this baby sing! This is one of the best, also one of the best cars in this Dream Pack 3. There are several, and this is definitely one of them. The guys from the 60s who are smart enough to invest in Assetto Corsa will remember what they felt if they had the chance back in the day to drive one of these Ford Escort cars, because this is truly a legendary car, and it's great to have it here in the sim. Oh, let me just correct something I said previously. Cosworth was not created by Ford and Lotus. Ford and Lotus worked in this version of the Ford Escort, but Cosworth is a private production, and provided engines for several manufacturers and also for Ford in this Ford Escort. And speaking of Lotus, this is one of the two Formula One cars available in this Dream Pack 3 Lotus cars. This is the Lotus 72D, which was driven among other drivers by Brazilian Emerson Fittipaldi. But for the second time in this video, I'm gonna shut up for a while. Just listen to this, because this is once again music to our ears. Oh yeah, another great car available in this Dream Pack 3, this Lotus 72D. Very difficult car to drive, very technical. It had only 440 horsepower, but it was really hard to be efficient with this car on track. These guys back in the day, they didn't have those technical aids that cars nowadays have, such as traction control, DRS, ERS. What they did have, I believe, were big balls. These guys were, in my opinion, the best drivers of our day. Because I don't know if I can say this, because to measure this is really hard. But these guys were awesome drivers, and I do admire them for taking the best out of these cars. They were true beasts, and in Assetto Corsa you can truly measure how difficult were these cars to drive. This is another great car available in this Dream Pack 3, and by the previous silent voice allowing you to hear the engine, you can highlight another of the great things in Assetto Corsa, the sound of the cars. It's unbeatable. The other Lotus car available in this Dream Pack 3 is the Lotus Type 25 Formula 1 car. This car only had 195 horsepower, so it only had more or less 30 horsepower more than the Assetto Corsa, than the Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa, also available in this Dream Pack 3. This car had 451 kilos, and the engine torque was of 160 Newton meters. So this car was very technical to drive, because as you can see, the wheels are not large wheels, they are skinny wheels, shall we say. So it was a question of placing the car correctly on the turn on the right speed, so that the car could move forward while turning, instead of to the sides. And every time you enter too fast with this car on the turn, the thing that will happen is that the car starts moving to the sides instead of moving ahead. So it was a technical car to drive, and not easy. So it allows us to understand how to drive and how to take advantage of the power and of the weight of the car. Yeah, because in sim racing you can also learn how to drive, although people who are into racing most of the time don't believe that, but if they are well informed, they do know that in sim racing you can also learn how to drive good, how to drive well. And if you don't believe us, ask Jan Martenborough. He knows the right answer to that. So to drive these cars was an exercise. It was different every lap, and if you drive this car in this track or any other, but try it here in Brands Hatch, you will. And if you drive it for several laps, say 10 laps, you'll notice that most of the time you'll do every turn a little bit different, because how you prepare to turn each turn is how effective or less effective you are going to do it. For instance, here, if you enter a little bit too fast, the car starts understeering, and then it takes a little while to get back to position and to get back on throttle and on torque. When you do it right, though, it is so much fun. And these guys with these skinny wheels, that back in the day, I'm pretty sure they had a lot of fun, although they were always trying not to turn the car around. When I say turn the car around, I mean flip the car, because when this car rolled over, the first thing of the car hitting the ground was not of the car, was the driver's head, and that is spooky, to say the least. But look, so much fun, always driving the car. In these days, the driver was in control of the car. Now the car controls everything technically, and the driver just has to follow. In these days, it was the driver who controlled everything, and this probably was a lot of fun. Dangerous, but fun. And this is one of the two new generation GT3 cars available in this Dream Pack 3. This is the McLaren 650S GT3. It is the latest weapon, shall we say, from McLaren for GT3 championships worldwide. And this car shows how technology evolved, especially mainly materials, construction materials for cars. This car weighs 1240 kilos, and it has 493 horsepower, which means it has a weight power ratio of 2.51 kilos per horse. The car is very smooth on the track, very efficient also, and in comparison with the other car that we also are presenting in this footage, the other car which is also a GT3 car available in this Dream Pack 3, this car seems to be slow on track, but in fact it isn't. When you are on board driving, you get the idea that you are being slow, but in fact you are faster with this car than with the Mercedes. At least we were. This is a high-tech car, and I'm sure it will be one of the cars that people buying this Dream Pack 3 will also enjoy very, very much. I'm gonna let you now hear this engine and enjoy the lap, and then I get back on the final comments and also on the last car. And after the latest weapon from McLaren, here's the latest weapon from Mercedes for GT3 racing. This is the Mercedes AMG GT3. It's a stunning car, great looking car, and also high-tech car. Although on track we were slower with this car than with the McLaren. This is also a great car available in this Dream Pack 3, and there are some cars that will make people buy this, and this is one of them. The car feels great on track, and as I mentioned earlier, when you drive these cars on Assetto Corsa, you truly feel how they perform, and you get a good idea of how they are in real life when you are driving them on track. And that makes this sim, technically speaking, in terms of the driving sensation, in our opinion, the best. It lacks a lot of things in this sim. We will be talking about this in future videos, but the dynamics that this sim provides in terms of the feeling of driving the cars, of the feeling of the force feedback is truly, in our opinion, it's almost perfect, guys. That's what it is. It's almost perfect. Yeah. So this Dream Pack 3 is really good. This update that the Assetto Corsa sim received is also good. We are going to talk about the multiplayer and the AI, not by disorder, in our two next videos about this official release by KUNOS Simulazioni. But bottom line is the sim is getting better by the day, and that means it's following the natural course of things, because guys, let's admit it, when we buy a car we know that then 2 or 3 months later there is going to be an evolution in that model. There are going to be some problems that are going to be solved, hopefully. So why wouldn't that happen in sim racing or with a sim brand? I mean, we are not talking about a product that can cost thousands of dollars. So if that happens with a product costing thousands of dollars, why not with a product costing 50 bucks or 50 euros or something like that? So yeah, You gotta give these guys time, because they are surely improving, and what they have now is already really good. In some areas, it is the best. And that's all for now, guys. See you in our next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you. Bye.